Guys, we came down for a quick shoot. We're using our Model 29 here. We like to call this our Elmer Keith special. It's not really a Elmer Keith edition. They did make one just like this, but with some engravings on it, his name and such. But this is just a Model 29, 4-inch and 44 Magnum. We're gonna load up some of his favorite loads. We get some 245 grain. They call it, you know, the Keith bullet, semi-wad cutter. We got a couple different loads. He liked to load these pretty hot. Well, we got different loads for different applications. A lot of guys reference them as a Skeeter load, and I think that Skeeter actually got that data from Elmer at one point, but these are just 8 grains of unique with a 245 grain semi-wad cutter. We like using those kind of like as our all-purpose. They shoot nice, especially out of this heavy gun. You know, there's very little recoil. And then another favorite we have is a load with a 2400. We get by with between 17 and 19 grains of 2400 is where I have a couple of these and a couple of 5.5 inch Ruger single actions that they really like that. It's more of his heavy 44 special load than it is his you know, his heavy 44 Magnum. I know a lot of guys. I know even when I was younger, I bought a 44 Magnum Super Black Hawk, and it was a great gun, but I couldn't. Ooh, mosquitoes are pretty bad today. I couldn't. You know, I wasn't really good with it. The recoil, you know, especially being younger and whatnot. And I kind of put them away for years. And then once I came across Elmer Keith's writings, you know, I started kind of almost detuning it a little bit, loading to what worked for me. And right in the 1200 feet per second range is very manageable, even with this style, you know, this style grip. I like this style a lot better, that square bottom too. Fits in the hand nice, and it's not super heavy recoil. You know, like I said, 1200 feet per second with like a 245 to 250 grain bullet is pretty good. So we're gonna take some shots here. We haven't shot this in maybe I might have pulled it out in the spring, but we haven't really shot this much since last season. So we're gonna target right over here at 25 yards, and then I got another one right there at 50 yards. So we'll see how we do at 25 first. You know, we'll take it from there. Have a little fun. But I really like these 4-inch guns. Elmer gets into some details in his writings, which you know, I really enjoy his books and his stories. You know, very practical for his time. He liked a 5.5 inch gun, but wow, these mosquitoes are something fierce out here today. We just had some rain, like we needed more, right? And, but he liked a 4-inch gun. Kind of once he moved into town, he moved into town, and he liked a 4-inch gun, kind of for law enforcement purposes. More, you could get in and out of a car seat easier. You know, you didn't have that butt or your barrel stabbing into the seat or whatnot. We actually have a mimic of his holster here that we had made. We're trying to just go a little traditional here with Elmer Keith. So, but yeah, he liked the 4-inch, and we do too. So let's take some shots. We'll go single action first, and then we'll do double action. have worked a lot of loads are accurate. This bullet is very accurate out of this gun. But sometimes I got to remember where I got my sights set. You know, if I have it set up for my hunting load, or if I set it back down to 8 grains unique, they're all accurate, but point of impact is slightly different. So, but we did notice between this and I have a stainless 629, the loads do pretty good back and forth. So my loads that worked in my stainless version that I had first, they work pretty good in this gun, which I was, you know, excited for. So I'm not working just so many different loads for different guns. Of course, the ranges are a lot closer, you know, but you know, that works out great. And the same with the Rugers, the 5.5-inch ones. They are stronger. You know, some say, I mean, I'm not shooting heavy 44 Magnum out of this, so between the two, the loads, you know, they're more of like a really heavy 44 special, which is still, you know, like I said, 1,200 feet per second. These 8 grain unique loads are about, I'm trying to remember if I'm at like 950. You know, that's sweet to shoot. So let's do some double action here. These do have nice triggers, I do have to say that. That's not bad. Wow, these mosquitoes, guys. I've never seen the mosquitoes this bad ever in my life. The amount of rain we've been getting. Our river was about 5 feet high for a while, so that's keeps the water table high, but the roads have been taking a beating. We had to grade our road a couple days ago just to, you know, keep up with it, but yeah, that's those are a good load right there. And like I said, what do I got? I got my notes here. You know, these are right at 1,100 feet per second out of this gun. It's 4-inch. I'm sure you can get, you know, those longer 44 Magnums. Some guys like using for hunting. I have taken this out hunting a few times. You know, I do like using the Ruger too. I get a little bit more velocity. It's a heavier gun, and I like that plow handle. It really takes the heavy recoiling bullets, I feel, more so than this style, where I'm not shooting super hot loads. This is, you know, even this 1,200, 1,100 feet per second is manageable even in double action. That plow handle, you know, the plow handles it good. Bisley is nice. I do like a Bisley. You know, the Bisley works good. It feels good in the hand. But the grip thickness too is something that really, you know, I look for when I've had these grips made. You know, they're kind of fatter at the bottom. They kind of just fill into my palm. You know, same with my plow handle grips. I like them to be, you know, more contact area in my palm. It's not as sharp as like the factory on the stainless guns. They come with those whole grips. They do absorb recoil, but I tell you what, these same loads are even a couple grains hotter. After a session of that, you really feel it in the palm. It's just narrow. Not that, you know, everyone's out doing 50 rounds of 44 Magnum, but we do like shooting this a lot, so you know, we do. So let's do some shots at 50. Again, we'll do you know, I'll do do some single action first, and then step it out to double action. But we'll see how we're doing at 50 yards. This would be good for, you know, I'd like to take a bear with this. It'd be nice. They come in pretty dark though. We had last year, bear came in and they were coming in super dark, so it's hard to see the sights. You know, if I could get closer, but we had some come pretty close. We could have taken them, but they were small bears, so we let them go. We got some good video, but it'd be nice, you know. Wanted to take this out, have some options, and maybe we can get one this year. We'll see. Let's take it out to 50 single action. We're gonna do some more practice at 50 yards now. But yeah, these are good guns. They pack well. Like I said, the triggers are nice on these Smiths. We've done some changes on our Rugers with changing out some springs and polishing internals. But these Smiths, right out of the box, they're pretty nice. You know, they're oh dear. You know, so you know they're it's pretty crisp. Of course, these mosquitoes aren't helping the cause, you know. But yeah, we have changed some stuff on the Rugers. Base pins, oversized base pins, and we did notice these bullets. I do have these. What these are sized at too. These are wow. These are 429s. We do like running 430s. I know my mold for this, because I can tell just by the casting on them that this is my old mold. You know, they weren't as accurate. They served their purpose, but we were getting better accuracy out of a 430 or a 431. You know, once we ran a reamer through each one of our cylinders, and to make sure they were all uniform, and the 430s, 431s shot. They do shoot more accurate if we sit down at the bench and really hunker down on it. So, you know, but just a fun gun. There is a little bit of heft to it, but you know, if it was like any of those ultralights, these heavier loads, guys like packing them in the woods, but I don't mind packing that. That's a nice little package, small. You know what's there, but you wear it for a few days, you get used to it. So let's do some double action at 50 with the Model 29, and you know, enjoy this sun while it's out. We got hammered with rain this morning too, so while we can get a little bit of shooting in. Let's go double action. One miss there on double action, not bad. Once we get practicing with this, we can step it further back, but I think last year I was back at 75 yards was, I think, my max, is what I could do with this and the Ruger. Of course, with open sights, you know, 75 yards, you know, it's not too bad. I do like to, I do like to take that front sight and I paint some white on there. You can see that. Ooh, mosquito right there on the shoulder blade. So if you can see that, you know, that white stands out. They come with red inserts. Red doesn't stand out for me. But that white, you know, it comes up good in the dark, on the, you know, the low light in the woods. So we'll, you know, we'll load her up and we're gonna just do a hike through the woods. I figured we'd carry something different today than 1911. And you know, we got bear seasons coming up. We got 4 more weeks, so bait season's starting up, and I don't know how we're gonna do with these berries. We've been having a lot of rain, so apples have been doing good, blueberries been doing good, but you know, we'll see what we can bring in. If not, you know, we might have to do some hoofing, which we like doing that anyways, but it's, you know, hard to find them in the daylight, especially within pistol range. So, you know, if we need to, we'll bring the 45-70 out. That's never failed us on a bear. So, well, we'll try to get some more projects coming out here when weather permitting. You know, hunting season's coming, so we're probably not going to do too much shooting or new projects coming up. But if we get a bear, we'll sooner than later, we'll have some time between now and deer season. So I'll keep you guys posted.